Hey guys, welcome back. In the previous video, I talked about more of HTML tags or elements and we did learn quite a bit of them. And in this video, we'll dive deeper into it and we'll learn some more elements which will help you design a web page in such a way that it only contains HTML5 and it'll be pretty neat to see. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. This is where we left off in the previous video. Now I'll just make some changes. So I'll remove these line breaks so that there's just like one line break between the divs. That's what I want to keep it there. Now I'll go ahead and I will add some things called as a list. This is like bullet points you write so that you have like a proper way to communicate with people, like easier way actually. Now out here in species, I'll add the different kind of species there in bullet points. These bullet points don't have any particular order in them, like this is first, this is second. So this is an unordered list. And how do you go about writing an unordered list in HTML is using the UL tag. So I'll go ahead inside here and I'll add the UL tag. And this is the opening UL tag, which is unordered list. And this is the closing UL tag. And inside the unordered list, we'll add the list items. So when you have unordered list, you just have a circle there, like the bullet point will be indicated with a circle. And I'll go ahead and I'll add 4 species of brown bear, one of them being extant. So to go ahead and add it, you'll have to use li, that's the tag for list, because you're using a list inside unordered lists. So how do you do that is you go li and you do it. This is the opening list tag and this is the closing list tag. Like this, I'll have 4 such tags. Now in VS Code, there's a shortcut so that you can go ahead and copy the elements. This line to the next line, the elements will be directly copied. How do you go about writing it is you press Shift, Alt and down arrow to do that. So I want 4 such lists so that I can display the 4 species of brown bear and one of them is extant. So you have 3 species now and 1 extant species. So I'll display the 4 of them. I'll go ahead and write all those 4. Now these are the 4 species of brown bear, and once you save it, you'll be able to see under species, these will be given where it's an unordered list and like bullet points, you'll have these 4 species written. So I go ahead and I save it, and by live server, it directly shows it out here. So this is an unordered list like bullet points where you just have one bullet and you keep it. But let's say, for example, you want to place elements in order, like this is the first, this is the second, and then this is the third. Like for example, the countries with large brown bear population, out here I'll go ahead and I'll write the first country, the country with the maximum number of brown bears first, and then second I'll write the second most, and then the third most. Like that I'll go ahead and write. I'll just write 3 countries for now. So for that you use an ordered list, which like unordered list you write UL, for ordered list you write OL. And I'll write it below H3. So I write OL and I close it off. This is the opening tag of ordered list and closing tag. Now inside ordered lists or unordered lists, you have list items like li out here. Even out here, you'll go ahead and write li. So I go ahead and write li, the opening tag and the closing tag. And I'm going to list down 3 countries. The one with the most, then second most, and the third most. So what I do is you just keep your cursor wherever in that line and you press Shift Alt down arrow for 3 of them. And I'll just write down the most, second most, and third most. Now I have written down the 3 countries in order so that this is the first, this is the second, this is the third. Now when you go ahead and let's say you refresh your web page, like I save it out here, you'll see in your web page it will be in order like first, second, third. This is an ordered list. So as you can see, I have done most of the web page, like about brown bears, I've written some things. The habitat, I've written some things. Now we'll go ahead and we'll include elements to our media div, which has the ID called media. So that's why I call it media div. Out here, I'll go ahead and I'll add an image and a video. Both I'll just add using HTML tags. Previously, we learned, like in the first video, if you haven't seen it, you can click on the I button on the top and you can go ahead and see that video where I've told you how to include an image tag. I'll go again and tell you what it is. So for an image tag, that's like a self-closing tag. You don't have to go ahead and write like a div or a h2. You don't have to write an opening tag and a closing tag. You can just use one single word img and you can write it as a tag. That's as simple as it. Now I'll go ahead and I'll include that. Yeah, that is the self-closing tag of image. And whenever you put an image tag, the one thing that you have to give always is the source, like from where is the image coming from. Now this image I've taken it from straight from online for a brown bear. You can go ahead and, for example, you can go ahead and download an image from Google or someplace, and you can include that in the inside this file, and you can do that. So I'll show you both the ways, like one way where I directly take from online and the other way where I have downloaded a brown bear image and I'm going to use that. Now here I've taken an image from the browser and I've included the HTTPS, which is like the web server image itself. Now once you save it, you'll be able to see the image of the brown bear. Whenever you write an image, there is a option in which, like, let's say the image does not load in your web browser sometimes due to some errors, you have an option to write an alternative text so people can read that and get to know, okay, this is what this image is trying to convey to us. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll add an alt text out here, and the alt text can be anything you wish it to be. So I'll just write it as a brown bear seeing you. I've written that down, and once I save it, you won't be able to see it now. Let's say I make a mistake out here. For example, I add a G out here and I save it. Instead of the image loading, you have the alternate text showing out there. That's what this thing was. So let me just save it. Now you have the brown bear. This is when I have used a web link and I've shown the image. Let's say, for example, I download a brown bear image into my folder. How do we go about doing that? So now I've gone ahead and downloaded this image from web and I've named it as brownbear.jpj. You can go ahead and do that same from Google. So out here, instead of the link, I'll remove it and I'll add the brown bear image. Since both of them are in the same folder, what we do is we just put a dot slash and then you get, if you're using VS Code, all the options, or else you can go ahead and write brownbear.jpj and I save it. Instead of that image, I get this image. And let's say I remove this alternate text and I say waving to you and I save it. You won't be able to see anything right now, but let's say I add another G out here. So if this says brown bear waving to you, it's understandable what's happening there. So that's the image source. Now we'll go ahead and we'll add a video to this web page, and this is also possible using HTML5 itself. Unlike image, which is a self-closing tag, video is not a self-closing tag. Like other tags, you have an opening video tag and then you have a closing video tag. Let's go ahead and do that. Video is opening tag and that's the closing tag of video. Like an image, you have to give a source to the video too. So you go ahead and write src and then I copy this from which I've taken a video, like from online. And once you save this, you can see that there is a image out here, but this is actually a video. Now how do you make this a playable video? Because right now it's just an image there. For that, what you do is you say controls out here, and this will make the video playable. Like if you click the play button, it plays. If you pause the button, it pauses. Full screen, it goes to full screen mode. And you give an escape, it does that. This is the controls. And in the video, you have three more things. You can add the width to it, you can add a height to it, and like the image alternate text, you can add an alt text also out here. So I've gone ahead and I've added the width and height. This is like inline editing done there by HTML5 itself. It offers this ability. So you add a width and a height to it. Like let's say I increase the width to be around 450. The width of the video player increases. This is done. And like the alt text, you can add a text between the video tags so that, let's say, if the video does not play or is not supported in some browsers, then you go ahead and you say video not supported. Because it's hard to explain a video as such, so we just say if the video is not shown, it says video not supported in this web page. But in this web page, the video is supported, so it saves it and you can go ahead and play the video. And this video not supported is only possible, like even if you mess up the link, it does not work because this web page does allow video to be played. But if some browsers don't allow video to be played, that's where we show this text video not supported. So that's it from me in this video. I've told you about ordered lists, unordered lists, media like the source, image tag, and then the video. how to add videos to your web page. Now, as you look at your web page, it's just simple web page where you have some information about a brown bear, the species, the features of it, and countries with large brown bear population, small brown bear population, and in media you have image and you have a video. This is what I have taught you in these couple of videos where you have used just HTML and you've gone ahead and created a simple web page. Now I hope everyone has understood how to write a simple web page. We will go ahead and we learn some more HTML elements in the upcoming videos. Once we have learned quite some HTML and you're comfortable with it, I'll take ahead the CSS part of it, like literally going ahead and styling the web page alone and designing the web page so people can come ahead and watch it and enjoy the web page as they scroll through the content of the web page. So that's it from me in this video. Thanks a lot for watching.